All right, what a beautiful day we have, and I hope it stays beautiful. But today we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to honor the commitment, the sacrifice, the dedication of the U.S. Air Force Academy class of 2023. So now let me open my folder and see what ChatGPT gave to me. Nope. Too soon? All right, I'm sorry. Oh, but you got to admit, artificial intelligence is pretty awesome. I think next year I may not be standing here. They may have Chat SUPT, right? But that's not all bad. I need all the help I can get. So, but seriously, to get started today, I'd like to quote my football coach when I played here at USAFA, Fisher DeBerry, and he used to always tell us, anytime you see a turtle sitting on a fence post, you know it didn't get there by itself. It had some help. And that help extends all the way from the White House, the Department of the Air Force, our local community, and our loved ones. So today, we're honored to welcome the 46th President of the United States, President Joe Biden, as our commencement speaker. What a profound honor for our Academy and our graduates, Mr. President, to have you here today. We thank you and we welcome you to your United States Air Force Academy. We're also honored to welcome the 26th Secretary of the Air Force, the Honorable Frank Kendall, and his spouse Beth, his son James, our 22nd Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and the next chairman of the the nominated chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Charles Q. Brown, and his wife Shireen, the second Chief of Space Operations for the United States Space Force, General Chance Saltzman, and his spouse, Jennifer, the 19th Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Chief Joanne Bass, the first Chief Master Sergeant of the Space Force, Chief Roger Toberman, President of the Falcon Foundation, General Retired Steve Lorenz, Commander of the Space Operations Command, Lieutenant General Stephen Whiting, and his spouse, Tammy, CEO of the Association of Graduates and the Air Force Academy Foundation, Lieutenant General Retired Mike Gould and his wife Paula, the President of the Association and the Air Force Academy Foundation, Mr. Mark Hilley, our elected officials, Mayor of Monument Mitchell LaKine and Colorado Springs Mayor-elect Yemi Mobilati and his spouse Abby, and last but certainly not least, my wife Amy. Round of applause for all of them. I want to welcome all of our guests and thank you for supporting our mission here in Colorado, in Washington, D.C., and throughout our military community. And I look upon all of our soon-to-be lieutenants, and I remember when I sat right where you are 37 years ago, almost to the day. And my academy experience really built the foundation that would carry me through every phase of my career and bring me to this amazing institution for 4 assignments. First as a cadet, then as a graduate assistant football coach, then as commandant of the cadets, and now as your superintendent. And I am grateful to have spent more time at the Air Force Academy than anywhere else in my entire life. Now I have to admit, when I was sitting in your seats, I was grateful to be leaving the Air Force Academy. But every other time, I was grateful to be coming back. But regardless of why we're grateful, it's always important to express our gratitude. So to all of our graduates, be sure to take time to thank those people who put you on the fence post. And I'll start by expressing my gratitude to your parents, your families, your guardians, your friends, your loved ones, because we understand that their support was vital to your success. And I know that raising children is the hardest job in the world. I know because I had to in college myself. And if your kids were like mine, they're tearing up your house, they're eating all your food, they're copying teenage attitudes, they're spending all your money. And I know that some of you thought, how in the world is this person going to be a functioning adult? But today, I guarantee you, these graduating cadets are far more than that. They are the most promising young leaders of our nation, with a sense of duty and honor to serve and lead our airmen and our guardians. Thank you for preparing them for their noble destiny. Now, clearly getting them to this point takes a village, so we can't forget to thank our dedicated faculty, our AOCs, our AMTs, our coaches, our staff members, mentors, and sponsor families. Early in these cadet careers, they too probably wondered, is this person going to actually make it? But here we are, and there is no doubt in any of our minds that they are ready. Finally, to the members of the Long Blue Line, our local leaders, our community partners, and the lifeblood of our academy, the 10th Air Base Wing, thank you for the unwavering support that you have shown our entire academy. So how about a round of applause for the entire village that brought these cadets to where they are right now. Now, when I think about what this class has been through over the last 4 years, I'd sum it up in one word: resilient. When you chose your exemplar, you chose Colonel Leo Thorsness, and little did you know the similarities that you would share with Leo Thorsness. Together, you embodied the closing words of the Airman's Creed: I will never falter, and I will not fail. For those of you unfamiliar, each class of our academy selects an exemplar whose qualities they hope to emulate. And each time someone says their class year, 2023, they will shout the name of their exemplar. Leo Thorsness was a Vietnam-era fighter pilot who on April 19, 1967, led a flight of 4 F-105s on a mission in North Vietnam. When one of his wingmen was shot down, despite extreme danger and personal risk, he decided to stay and to protect his wingmen and to protect the rescue effort. And when a MiG-17 fighter rolled in, then Major Thorsness immediately turned his nose, engaged the enemy in a dogfight, and shot down that MiG. Now he was low on gas, so he departed to refuel, but after learning there were more hostile aircraft inbound, he returned to the scene alone. He spotted 4 MiG-17s over the downed air crew, and in true American fighter pilot fashion, he thought, 4 of them, 1 of me, the odds are in my favor. He attacked the formation, damaging one of the aircraft and driving the others away from the scene. Major Thorsness did not falter, and he did not fail. He later received the Congressional Medal of Honor for his heroism, but his sacrifices did not end there. 11 days after that mission, he was shot down and captured by the Viet Cong, becoming a prisoner of war for over 6 years. He never gave up, and once again, he did not falter, he did not fail. Now, during your time at the Air Force Academy, I saw firsthand the hardship of the class of 2023 had and how you reflected the qualities of your exemplar. Like Leo Thorsness, you did not falter and you did not fail. You saw challenges like no other class before you. During your first year, you found yourselves in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, and we sent you home to learn virtually. The deans, staff, and faculty pivoted on a dime and moved from in-person curriculum to distance learning. Let's be honest, how many times did you forget to hit the mute button, or how many times did you wear COVID casual, which is uniform on top, PJs on the bottom? You know you did it. But that was the world we were in. Then, in the middle of the pandemic, when the situation was uncertain and uncomfortable, we brought you back to USAFA. Other universities were forced to shut down, but we couldn't because your country needed you. This was a heavy lift, but we made it happen. You made it happen. There were challenges, and still you lifted up one another, you adapted, and you set the example. As upperclassmen, you stepped up, you pulled the wing through this huge change, and you brought us back to normalcy. I'm proud to say you didn't just survive, you thrived. Militarily, you stood up combat survival training after a 10-year hiatus. You were laser focused on future conflict, and you led our school in the development of leaders of character to win our nation's wars. Your class is graduating with a cumulative GPA of 3.11. So I guess that means you all made the dean's list. It's awesome. Is she here? In your ranks, you have a Rhodes Scholar, a Marshall Scholar, 2 Truman Scholars, 2 Fulbright Scholars, and over 230 of you have been selected to go on to get your advanced degrees next year. And on the fields of friendly strife, just in the last year, you won 4 conference championships, you had 49 All-American athletes, and you ranked 42 out of 325 schools in the Learfield Cup competition, which is a compilation of all NCAA sporting competitions. This placed you number 1 in the Mountain West Conference and number 1 among all service academies, far, far above West Point and Annapolis. And not to mention, you brought home the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. Thank you for that. I am so honored to be your superintendent because when the odds were against you, you did not falter, you did not fail, and you not only survived, but you thrived. And it's my honor to serve alongside you in the mightiest military force in the world. There is absolutely no doubt that you left this institution better than you found it, and there is no doubt that you are ready to support and defend the Constitution of the greatest country on the planet. On behalf of our entire Academy community, thank you and congratulations to the United States Air Force Class of 2023.